it's your boy DJ Wolf. I got something else on my mind here. It just came up. I just got my notification that my order for the Star Wars movie is coming in tomorrow. I ordered, me and a co-worker of mine, we ordered our copies just last week. And I'm going to give a full review on that. And before I get underway with watching it this week after I pick it up, it should be, I'm supposed to, it's coming out officially tomorrow, so I'm supposed to be getting my copies when we're riding tomorrow at the same time. Anyway, so, make a long story short, I was thinking, the new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, alright, the actor who plays the lead role happens to be black. I think it's Jonathan Boyega. I think I got his name right. Why is it they didn't make a big deal about him? They made a bigger deal about the three original actors who were in the original Star Wars movie, which is Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill. I got respect for all three for what they did in the Star Wars movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even mad at any of them. What I don't understand, when you got this young up-and-coming actor who has lead role in one of the biggest franchise movies in movie history, is not getting the love that he should deserve, I think something wrong. It ain't right. You know, I know it's about, it's still corporate racism in Hollywood as well as everywhere else. That's what it's about. That's like they didn't want to make Idris Elba, who's a noted British actor, okay, a well-known, well-respected British actor, black actor. They will not give him. There was rumors that he was picked to be the next James Bond, and they, of course, they wouldn't. Well, him and John Boyega, who's also a British actor, by the way, British born, also was not. Anyway, Idris Elba was not picked to become James Bond. He was picked. He was actually chosen to be a possible candidate for the next James Bond movie. And people protested. They protested about him being the next James Bond because he's black. That's like, what was that guy named? Not Michael Smith. What was that guy? I think it's Michael Smith. I forgot. The guy who was in Creed, who played Apollo Creed's son. I can't think his name. I forgot his real name, but he was going to play Torch in the new, he did play Torch in the new Fantastic Four movie. They protested that too? I'm like, are you serious? People protest. White people just protest every damn thing. I'm telling you, man. Come on, y'all people ridiculous ass thing. Yeah, they protest every freaking thing out here. They really do. I was like, wow. Seriously. They did. They literally protested everything about it. And they didn't want him playing the Torch. Oh no. They did not want playing Torch. And I'm like, really? You didn't want playing Torch? Torch is a character, okay? Well, you want to mess up the sanctity of the Fantastic Four, the original character. Who gives a damn? It was a reboot. A reboot meaning that there's going to be a change in the characters, okay? It's going to be a little bit different. And it really wasn't different. He just played, or you couldn't believe that he was Sue's brother. Why not? There are a number of scenarios where you got black and white kids born from the same mother. That's been documented. I mean, medically documented. It's been proven. Okay? It's all facts. That's impossible. No, it ain't. And I was offended by the fact that, that they were saying, oh, he couldn't possibly be a sister. A black man can't possibly be related to a white girl. That happens every day. You got people related, black people related to white people. Matter of fact, I even heard my own family. My cousins actually confirmed it. They said there's white people in my family, on my mom's side. People thought my grandmother looked white. And she did. There's pictures I can show you. She looked like a white woman, period. You couldn't tell the difference. And we talking about circa 1978, okay? But people didn't believe it. I said, oh yeah. yeah, that's my grandmother. They couldn't believe that was my biological grandmother. But say it was my biological grandmother. God rest her soul. You know, and she was a school teacher in Mississippi. So, and some people didn't realize, wow. You know, but anyway, it just goes to show you that Hollywood, you know, and our culture, not the black, but I'm saying the culture of this country, sometimes they still think there's certain things that don't go together with other things. You know, like black people dating white people. They still believe in it. That doesn't go together. You know, I can go to other countries where they love, you know, racial harmony and racial equality. I mean, I was in Germany. You know, I was in the military for a while, so, and they didn't have that problem. I told, you know, I didn't have, you know, to make a long story short, you go to other countries, it's not like it is here. You know, I'm not knocking our country. I love this country, but it's just some of the racial things that goes on in this country is just ridiculous. It's completely uncalled for. It really is. You know, it's like people just need to grow up, man, for real. And that's why I was like, you know, it's a daggone shame. You can't even be on the big stage as a Hollywood actor and still not get no love just because of the color of your skin. You know, that's ridiculous. I'm just so offended by it. You know, I just don't get it. That's like I was talking about last week. I talked to somebody, and we were talking about the shooting incident that happened in the district on the metro rail, or outside metro, on the metro. And young boy, only thing he did, he looked at the guy. The guy, you know, walked up to him, said something to him, or said no, and I mean, or just, you know, asked a question. He was like, what? And the dude just blasted him for no reason. I told the woman about that. White woman about that. I ain't gonna go into any details about it. And of course, what's the first thing they say? Was he in the gang? And I'm like, what in the hell does that got to do with anything? And I told her straight up, I don't give a damn if it was in the gang. First of all, he didn't hit the guy. Second of all, he didn't bother the guy. And third of all, he was murdered for no reason. You know? It's almost like when it comes to us, people have to have a reason. No, he had no reason. That's the whole point. You know, I was offended. I was actually offended by that. I mean, it was like sad about that. Somebody would think, well, it must took that for that to happen. It should have taken anything of that happened. It was just completely senseless. I don't care if he was in the gang or not. You know? It's senseless. Senseless. And like I said, we talking about Black Lives Matter when it comes to police brutality. Black Lives Matter should matter 360, 24/7, 365 days a year, infinity. It shouldn't be just a matter about police brutality. It should be a matter about what's going on in your community among yourselves. You know what I'm talking about. Because I'm sick of this mess. It's just, you know, we got the movement because of the police is beating up the kids. What about your kids beating up your kids? What about your kids shooting and murdering your kids? What about that shit? Excuse my French. I mean, seriously though, it's just the logic behind Black Lives Matter is you know, they need to expand into other areas of Black Lives Matter. Not to say that you should forget about the thing about police brutality, but you should expand to other areas of where Black Lives Matter should matter. That's all I'm saying. I said it before, I'll say it again. If Black Lives Matter, it should matter all the way around. And until you guys from the BLM movement realize that, you're just selling yourself short. This is DJ Wolf. I want to also say one more thing about that. About a year ago, on my Facebook page, I actually had a discussion with somebody from the BLM movement, and I offered them a chance to actually come on my Blog Talk Radio show, and gave them their address and everything, all of that. You know that they never responded. They said, we'll get back to you. Oh, yeah. We'll get back to you. I guess they had to hear what I had to say about it first when they come on, so, because I wasn't saying what they wanted to hear. Never heard from them. That was a year ago. Find that fascinating. I really did. Because I was going to give them an opportunity to voice the thing about BLM, and we were going to have a discussion. Because I wasn't going to, I was going to give them the floor. I really was going to give them the floor. But I was going to ask questions regarding that, and I was going to put my thoughts about it as well. But they didn't want to come on. So if you are a BLM person, feel free to come on my show if you want to. I have no problem with that. Just send me an email at foralltohere@gmail.com and let me know. Or you can respond to my YouTube channel at foralltohere.tv or my Twitter page at foralltohere. I would love to come on and talk to you about that. Maybe you can expand my mind about what the BLM movement is really about. Because I want to have a better understanding of it. I really do. I know what you're about in terms of what your agenda is, but I really want to see if there's an expansion besides just fighting police brutality. Because I think there's a lot of areas that you need to cover that hasn't quite been covered in terms of what your movement is about. All right, guys. Well, again, I'm going to fight this rain and this traffic off because it's getting a little hairy out here for me right now. And I'm getting a little hungry as well. So, all right, guys. This is DJ Wolf. Just gave you the email addresses to get in contact with me, foralltohere@gmail.com, at foralltohere on Twitter, and foralltohere TV on YouTube. All right, guys. I got more sound on the back burner. Don't know if I'm doing a show this week, but I am going to be doing several more. I'm going to be doing my usual daily podcast, even if I have to be twice a day. Which I might do. I may expand it to twice a day. I know, but I will be doing. Just keep listening for my daily podcast. Check me out on YouTube. Talk to you later.